Yes, Mantasha.
Mantasha. What is the meaning of this name? It's new for me.
It's like desire.
Desire. Okay. So I would like to listen to your self introduction. I'm meeting you the first time. And also, why did you want to have a conversation? Quickly. Yeah.
Sure. If I introduce myself, my name is Mantasha. I run a YouTube channel where I share my journey of learning and improving my English.
Mm.
I started this because I love connecting with people and helping others. At the same time, I wanted to stay consistent in my English journey. That
Okay.
was my aim to start my channel.
Okay.
And if I talk about my hobbies, I love reading, singing, traveling. These are some of my favorite things to do in my spare time.
Okay.
And they really help me stay active and feel fresh. If I
Okay.
talk about my place, I live in UP,
Mm-hmm.
district Rampur, and I have completed my post graduation in Urdu language.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Beautiful. It's good to speak to people from Uttar Pradesh. So many passionate learners are there. I also have learners for my training sessions from there. Glad to know about your passion. So you have the desire to learn the language and you have been learning language. You have already
Yes.
mastered Urdu. It's not easy to do post
Yeah.
graduation in any language specifically. Okay, so today we're going to share experience. So many people have different experiences. You can just share a couple of them, maybe one or two, because we have time constraints, and then maybe we can go for the feedback, or you can ask me one question. Yeah.
My experience of learning this language, it was very difficult. Still it's very difficult for me.
Mm,
Like when it comes to pronunciations, pronounce some words, so I get very problems. Still I get problem.
mm.
And when it comes to articulate my thoughts, somewhere or the other I get fumble. So
You
yeah,
fumble.
but
You fumble when you
yeah,
articulate your thoughts. Okay, okay.
yes, it
Mm,
happens with me somewhere or the other. But earlier I was like I started my journey from YouTube. Like
okay.
I would watch lots of videos, especially your videos. You inspired me a lot, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I was also very passionate and my passion, I would say. So
okay.
that's how I just start my journey of learning this language. And I had lots of problem earlier
Mm,
because if I mention a time, like if I mention a time that I joined a school, it was English medium school.
okay.
Okay. So I was very happy before joining that school, but I didn't know that I have to completely speak in this language. So
Mm,
I got very problems.
mm-hmm,
I had lots of problems there because I have to communicate in English with
mm-hmm.
everyone, especially
Okay.
with like childrens while
Mm,
teaching them. So it was so difficult for me. I like my teacher. Okay, if I mention a person, he has been in America for 8 years, I think. So he
mm-hmm.
has very good fluency. He had very good fluency, and when I would talk to him, so I would feel very excited that I will learn something from him. And
Yeah.
so it was not one reason that I joined the school, that I really passionate for teaching. The
Mm-hmm.
second reason was that I really wanted to stay with him because of
Mm,
just because of this language,
mm.
because I was very curious to learn by him, that if I speak with him, so I will definitely learn something from him.
From
Like
him, yeah.
he will correct me, he will correct
Mm,
to me, so I will learn so many things. So so but what happens, like that no one understand you, right? If you are very emotional as a girl, we have mood swings, like we are very sensitive, right? Sensible, we get easily angry. So when he would say something to me about
mm,
that, if I would mispronounce something
mm,
while teaching, if I am making some mistake, so he
mm,
would just scold me. He would scold
mm,
me out of the blue. So it
mm.
would really hurt me a lot.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So
Right.
I used to take it to my heart.
Mm,
But what happens, um I didn't give up that time. Still I didn't give up. I thought that, yeah, I know there is weak areas, that I have flaws, but I really want to work on this, because
mm,
everyone makes mistake. If someone
mm,
tries something new, so
mm,
everyone makes mistake. So I just, no matter what he said to me at that time, but I didn't take it very personally. I
Mm.
took it as a feedback. I thought
Okay.
like, yeah, this is my opportunity to learn something. Even I'm getting criticism, it's fine. But I have someone that can correct me, even
Mm.
rudely, even he does rudely, it's fine. It's fine for me.
Okay.
Because just my passion, I just tolerated everything, I would say. And
Okay.
there was a time that I had the opportunity to deliver the speech on the stage,
Okay.
and I was so excited that I have this opportunity and have to do it very well. I don't want to feel scared at all, because I have to prove someone that I can speak very confidently. I just, it was unmaturity what, but immaturity or what, but I just forgot that I have to like speak. I just mucked up all the things. I mucked up my script, like whatever
Mm.
I have given that time, that I
Mm.
mucked up. I just didn't try to understand. I just didn't try to speak from by
Mm.
myself. I was
Okay.
completely depend on the script. So
Mm.
at that time, what happened? I
Mm.
got the opportunity to talk
Mm.
on the stage,
Mm.
but when they called me, I forgot my script that time.
Oh,
There was,
okay.
it was not in my hand. So
Mm.
when I went to the stage, so I got blank what I have to say, because I knew that I have to speak, because what I was just thinking in my mind, I have this script. So when I
Mm.
will forget something, when will forget something, I will definitely see, I will see the things, I will see the sentence that time.
Mm.
Because if you have a script, so you have confidence. Yeah, I have my script, and I am full prepared. If
Mm.
something happen in between, I can just nazar, matlab glimpse, I can just watch out.
Yes, yes.
So it
Mm.
happens like, so that time I
Okay.
didn't have my script, and the moment was that I felt very, I don't know, I felt very embarrassed, because as a teacher, if we feel, if we are not able to speak, right, it's not about that. Childrens were there, okay, everyone
Mm.
was just seeing to me,
Mm.
and I
Mm.
was completely blank. I was feeling nervous, like it was what do we say? I was feeling nervous, and
How did you
and
manage
my
the
teacher.
speech then? Like, did you manage with some lines or did you just say thank you? How did you manage that time on the stage?
First, I said, I greeted everyone.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Then I said little bit lines, two, three
Okay.
lines. I just
Otherwise, from your
greeted only.
mind, from your mind.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, from my mind only. I greeted.
Mm. Mm.
But back of the mind, I was completely feeling lack of confidence,
Mm.
because I didn't have my script in
Script.
my hand.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
script.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
back of the mind, I was completely nervous, because I was back of the mind, I was just giving the negative information, affirmation to myself, that you can't do it. You can't do it. I was
Oh,
saying in this thing in my mind. So that's why it happened. That's why it
okay.
happened.
Okay,
Yes.
right, right. So good.
Yes.
You have sincerely given two experiences. When I have had my experiences with professors and mentors, see, when we are children, we think that all the teachers are right. I'm not referring to your professor. Of course, he helped you. You only said that I was able to learn something from him. So he was a mentor to you. But today I'm a trainer. I deal with adult learners. The first thing that my mentors taught me was to understand everybody is not of the same level. And one thing that you mentioned, that is your name itself speaks for you, the desire to learn that never got extinguished. And perhaps that was the reason you were able to tolerate or even like nod to those rude remarks. You know, some rude remarks can be challenging and it can also ignite you again. But some children will not be able to take it, even if you are a college student. So, there, I have a couple of points written here. Of course, women are made emotional by God, they are sensitive. Even men, some men are also emotional. But I think when you learn a language or when you
But
work
they
on
are not allowed to show their emotion, because
exactly, men are
they
not,
will look
yes,
weak.
yes,
They
yes,
will
that's
look
true.
weak.
Yeah. So crying or showing emotion is not a sign of weakness according to psychology. And there is a book. I'll share the clipping of the book on this video also somewhere it'll be here. When you're sensitive, you're actually a good observer. So there are a lot of advantages of being sensitive, of being emotional. Of course, you need to keep your boundaries. You can't, throw tantrums. But when you're able to feel, when you're too sentimental or sensitive, there are some advantages also. Just like when you're an introvert, also there are some advantages. You'll be observing more, you'll be analyzing more. So, like that, there is a book that speaks a lot about sensitivity. And there are men also who are sensitive, but as you rightly said, they're not allowed to show. But I think today everything is changing because of all the reformation and revolution, all the actions that have been taken by people before us, people who belong to our age also. I think there is a lot of change. Okay. And then coming to
Exactly.
your desire to learn the language, I'm happy that you kept at it instead of giving up because we all look up to mentors and we expect some compassion, some sympathy, or at least something from our mentors. Like that is what most of the learners expect from me when they come to me. Some of
Exactly.
them may not know how to deliver. Like in your case, your professor had the courtesy to appreciate you also, at least encourage you, saying, okay, Mantasha, you have to work on this, though he was rude, according to whatever you described. But at the same time, we have professors who can be rash, ruthless, who can only pass derogatory comments. So that is also
Mm.
done on my YouTube channel. But this is an approach to learning and teaching. All the teachers and trainers are not having the good approach. I come across a lot of them. They still work on themselves. So glad that you shared this. Glad that you still have the desire to learn. The second thing is about your speech. Okay. I think this happens with everyone. There was a time when I also forgot a few lines from my script, but I was able to manage with some lines. I had a quote in my mind, maybe because I was used to writing. During my school days, I used to mug up the lines. And then I realized when you're not able to understand the meaning, you will easily forget your lines. You will easily
Exactly.
stay detached from the lines and the meaning. So then I think because I went into writing, today I don't have to prepare much before speaking. I just have to have the bullet points. I'm able to improvise. I think you will also be able to do that, or you're already doing it. But your presence of mind to greet, some people forget that also. They'll just say, I forgot, or they just become nervous and they walk off the stage. So you get
Mm.
on the stage, you greeted, and after that, you managed with some lines, but still at the back of your mind, the inner voice was telling you, the script is not there, Mantasha, what are you going to do? Maybe that was a voice
Yeah.
that put you down. If you had some confidence, maybe you would have, but it's all a learning. I think it's a learning
Yeah,
to everyone.
exactly.
When you go
And
on
it's
stage,
experience, it's
it
practice
is
as well.
experience, truly, because whenever
Yeah.
we speak to people, also, most of them want to become public speakers. Everybody will be scared. They will have fear.
Mm.
However good you are, even if you are an eloquent
Mm.
speaker, when all the eyes are fixed on you, you will become scared. You will have embarrassed looks on your face, anxiety. But the way we manage it. So, even if you don't have the script with you, this is one way you can greet. Then you can try to comprehend the meaning and speak. That is something that you said. That is what you've learned from there. I
Yeah,
think you'll be able to do justice
exactly.
to it because it makes it natural when you comprehend the meaning. Good. One question for me because there's no time.
Today I just listened you. I watched your video because I was thinking that I'm going to have session with you, so I should know a little bit more about you. So I
Okay.
watched your video that you shared about your journey that you had lots of problems in your childhood time,
Yes.
right? And you had lots of you came across lots of toxic people as well. So how did
Yes.
you deal with them? Sometimes what happens that there are some people that they are very close to us, but we can't just hate them, we can't just really don't want to just behave well, so how can
Hmm.
we live with such people?
Okay. If you have noticed the videos, I haven't asked you to avoid them because, especially when they are close to you, when you have people whom you really want, of course, the first and the third step, even the second step, is not to avoid them, but it is to deal with them. Because earlier, as a child, I never used to socialize with people. Maybe I didn't have the opportunity. But later, when I entered college, when I began doing my graduation, post graduation, and all, because of my friends and teachers also, they encouraged me. I learned that when you avoid, you're giving space to the others to creep in. So today also we are
Mm,
living in the, I think, the digital era where people face the problems. Some people go to the extreme. I don't support that, where you go to the extreme, you call words, you assume. I've already spoken about that on my YouTube channel. If you have watched, you would have watched videos like toxic people, toxic and emotionally immature parenting that I come across during language counseling. So some of the videos are based on the language counseling sessions. Some of the videos are based on my experience, like WhatsApp group channels, the family group channels, cancer phase, because I've had many learners who have gone through this phase. I've had a family member who have gone through the cancer phase. I'm also writing on this. Apart from that, toxic relationship, because many people get into relationship. The main thing is to tackle. What is, I have used that word several times. Tackle, deal means to face that
mm,
problem. It's not going and
exactly.
speaking to them. If they're available, speak to them. Ask them, what is the problem?
Mm,
Why are you behaving like this? You try it once, try it the third time. In the worst case, they will give you signals or cues saying that I'm not interested. When there is no reaction or response from their side, when they treat you with disrespect, okay, I'm speaking for everybody who came to me during language counseling sessions. I think you have to put a boundary there. So, tackling, dealing, setting the boundary. I think that is important.
mm.
These are the three
Yeah,
things.
that
And
is, and
as
setting boundaries is very important.
that is
It's
what
very
is
important
thing.
for your
Because
dignity.
exactly. It's even before decorum and dignity. I think setting boundaries is something that even children do today. They practice it. I'm very proud of the children today. Some of them are, they go to the extreme, but still they know what they want. And in our societies, in our communities, at least 10 years back, we were taught not to say a no. Even today, we hesitate. We
Exactly.
can't say a no properly.
Mm,
But what I learned from the other parts of the world is to say a no politely. You can be polite, you can be kind, you can also ask them, give them some alternatives. In our societies, most of the societies, people say if you say no, if you say this is a problem I'm facing and I can't come for your party or for a particular meeting, they say, oh, you're too rude. There are assumptions. So
exactly.
I don't think avoiding is a solution. The solution is to first
Mm,
deal, face it.
yeah,
But if you don't get the response, if you get only reactions, then I think you have to set your boundaries because you
yeah.
cannot change everybody on this planet. What can be done is to change your attitude to them. So you can't
Mm,
be a naive and too innocent person where you are taken for granted. And one thing is we can practice gratitude because
yeah.
practicing gratitude will also allow us to introspect, to even take note of things that we take for granted. The air we breathe. I'm not trying to preach philosophy, but this is what I did. Before COVID, I think most of us, many people tell me, ma'am, I never used to even think about oxygen. But after COVID, I think we are so thankful for the air. So it's all
Yeah,
that. And we all have our shortcomings. Nobody is perfect. And
exactly.
everybody has got their weak points, strengths. Everything is there. Even I'm not perfect. But I know
Mm,
that I'm genuine when I do something. And when I know
yeah,
what I'm doing, what I've been doing for people or otherwise for my family, just like you, I think that is enough. Like
yeah.
you are accountable. You're accountable to people. You're accountable to one power above. Yeah. Thanks for the
That's true. That is
question.
very important. That is very
Yeah.
important. You mentioned that you are very genuine with
Oh,
you, with yourself, like with your work. It is very important.
that's it. So thanks a
Mm,
lot for joining me. And the feedback is, I'm so happy with your confidence, Mantasha. Like you're very confident. Of course, there are some grammatical errors. I can also send
yeah.
an email,
I mean, I know
giving the
that. You
highlights.
can share me.
Yeah,
I
I will
don't
send
feel
the
like,
email, no problem.
yeah.
But one thing is, you are correcting yourself. Here and there, when you're
Mm,
making a mistake, it's because of your practice, I think so. You are correcting
mm.
yourself whenever you're using wrong
I learned this
prepositions.
thing from my friends that when
Friends.
they make mistake, they just they correct themselves right away. So I
Yeah,
learned
yeah,
from
you
them.
learn from
So
there.
I
So
think
some
that we
of the
should
things,
correct ourselves.
yes,
Yeah.
on the spot. That is when you focus and speak, you can still focus more. See, for example, when you say, I start this journey, I started this journey, I began this journey, the
Yes.
past tense, like that, simple things.
Mm,
Then
I started.
I started the journey. Then I am passionate about learning. Not I really passionate, I am passionate. I have the desire, I always had the interest. Like that, you can use different tenses according to your requirements. So just pay attention. Not that you don't know, you just focus while speaking. And one more thing
Yeah.
is, when you use the adjective, change the form of the adjective. Like, for example, I was dependent on this. Or at that time, when
Mhm.
I got on the stage, I depended on the script. I think I was too dependent on the script that I forgot to take it. So here I learned a
Mhm.
lesson not to depend on your script, to understand the meaning and learn. So I was dependent or I depended. If you want to use the verb, use the verb. Otherwise, the adjective, but change the form. That's all. Otherwise, the confidence
Yeah,
is
I
good.
got it.
Just focus more.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll
That's
focus
okay.
on these things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. Bye bye. Bye.
Yeah.